My name is Naomi Hirsch, and I am alumni of SPSCC's Baking and Pastry Arts program. I now work at St. Martin's University for Bon Appetit as the head baker. I was working for the state. I'd been there for almost 8 years. It was a great paying job, it had great benefits, and I was super unhappy. And I've always loved baking. I've been baking since I was a little kid. And I was like, well, what if that could actually be a career? And I looked into the program, and then it took me probably a year to actually get up the courage to leave my state job and start something new. There was a lot going on. My son was in elementary school, my daughter was in preschool. Thankfully, Serendipity has a campus here at SPSCC, so I moved my daughter here so that she was easy to drop off and pick up around my school schedule, and that was fantastic. My son went to before and after school care so that I could do everything that I needed to do, but we juggled it. The hardest part was probably when the pandemic hit and school ended, not just for my son, but for myself. So we did virtual baking for the last quarter, driving to SPSCC once a week and picking up ingredients and going home and watching YouTube videos and Zoom stuff and baking in my home kitchen was a huge switch from baking in the commercial kitchen that SPS has. And then teaching my kids school on the side when I wasn't in my kitchen. The most challenging part was probably the first couple days of school. I almost dropped out. I already have my bachelor's degree, like I've done the college thing when I was college age, but now I was coming back to school. I was 35, and I sat down in a classroom full of teenagers and early 20s, and I was like, oh, I don't know if this is gonna work for me. And then I looked through the syllabus and I was like, gosh, I haven't written a paper since 2005, like I don't remember how to do that. And I got really overwhelmed the first day. I went home and I was like, this is not gonna work. Like I just wanna bake, and this is like school. But I was able to sit down with Chef Melanie, and she talked to me about what the program entailed and how it could be adjusted and work with my schedule and my needs to get the education that I wanted to get out of it. Before I enrolled, my husband and I came to campus together because I had come once by myself, and then I wanted to bring him here with me to kind of see the place. And we walked into the library and saw the cakes on the bookshelves, and I was like, oh my gosh, like is this what I'm going to be able to do? Like how cool is that? And just like looking at those and walking around, I took pictures of them. Like I was so excited seeing those cakes in the library. And then when we got to take our gingerbread houses down there and our cakes down there, like it was terrifying, number one, taking those things from the bakery down to the library. But once they got there and they were on display, like it was a very proud moment to see your work somewhere where everybody in the school was going to be able to see it.